our podcast, Art from Chaos. I'm Vivi.
I'm Linda.
Every Wednesday in this podcast, we talk about everything that happens or happened in the world, from philosophy to Formula One and cars. We're mad curious about how things work and the logic behind them. So today we come with an interesting topic, but which is quite chill, which is
Music.
exactly. So, Linda, do you want to get us started on the definition of music and what it means to you?
That is such a boring start point, I would say. Okay, I mean we have to clarify something first.
Okay.
Okay, first of all,
Mhm.
we said that our topic will be war and weapon this week.
Yeah.
The thing is, we're just, it's the final week and we are a little bit stressful, so we just want to have something that is chill.
Yeah, something chill and plus something that gets us through the final week is music, so we just thought, why not?
Yeah, and then for last week, we didn't, have the new episode come out because of some exams that we are experiencing, which is quite important for us.
Yeah, I mean, Linda, you don't have to cover for me. I know it was me because of the AP exams, but okay, yeah.
Yeah, because I understand all those stuff, but still, we just apologize for that. And then this week we're just gonna do some chill stuff. Probably next week we're gonna talk about war and weapon. Sorry, but probably not. We're gonna change the topic, but
yeah, probably. Let's see.
Okay, so music. This is a really interesting topic. So you're searching for the definition of music right now?
Exactly. Hold on 1 second.
Music is such an imperative thing.
It's like really abstract,
Yeah.
So yeah, again, the limited definition here is the written or printed signs representing vocal or instrumental sounds.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's extremely deviate from my own definition of music.
I agree as well. Yeah.
Because for me, music is like a spiritual support, I would say. Right?
Definitely, yes. I mean, you know that I'm a metalhead and I'm crazy about heavy metal.
Yeah.
Which is not something that's really liked by everyone.
But I love that.
I mean, yeah, you do, but like, yeah, it's not like for everyone. But so it's like after a long day, you come and you wear your headphones and you just vibe to heavy metal. That feeling is just a whole nother vibe.
Yeah, I love when I was like immersed myself in music and all I was thinking about is music, not, the trivial thing that happened in my life or the thing that makes me anxious. That's like really good. And also like, okay, even though I'm listening to different genres of music, but I'm a fan of rock.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And heavy metal, bro, that's so good.
I agree. Very much so. Yeah.
I love heavy metal and hard rock. So what's your
Mm-hmm.
favorite band? Do you have like a specific?
Okay, see, hard rock wise, obviously you know that I love Green Day.
Yeah.
I mean, just shout out to the album
Mm-hmm.
Dookie, which I also have a sweatshirt of. But yeah, obviously Green Day and Linkin Park, amazing bands from rock. But for heavy metal, I don't think many people might know this, but there's a band called Crown the Empire.
I don't know that band.
I just played that song to you, so you should know that.
Okay, I just know that.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
to know. Good to know. My favorite album of Green Day is the American Idiot, like the bomb,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
Red Heart bomb.
Yep.
Because some of my favorite Green Day songs is from this album. Boulevard of Broken Dreams,
Yes.
American Idiot, Wake Me Up When September Ends. Bro, I literally listened to Wake Me Up When September Ends like 200 times.
Exactly. And we've played that in this room a lot of times.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. But yeah, and also 21 Guns.
Oh yeah, 21 Guns, bro. That's
amazing songs.
Yeah, I love Green Day's attitude about anti-war, like
War.
America's imperialism.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the word, but
Yeah.
I love their attitude.
Yeah, but I think we should also talk about, if you're going like old style, then we should also talk about AC/DC.
Oh my god, bro. AC/DC. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus, bro. I was talking with my teacher, you know, the teacher, someday, and we were doing hurdle, like, you know, you play like the first 30 seconds of a song and then you try to recognize the song. So basically, to be honest, AC/DC has the same pattern for all of all of their songs. I mean, it's fine for me to listen AC/DC like, you know, in the middle of different kinds of songs, but if you ask me to listen to their song for like 1 hour, bro,
that's
hard.
It's not, they're not like a band where, you know, you just go to their album and listen to the full album together. You'll need to have a mix.
My favorite AC/DC song is Highway to Hell.
Exactly, I was just gonna say that. Like, oh my god, Highway to Hell is amazing. But also,
you're really like punk.
Yeah, exactly. So you know what I'm gonna say next? TNT.
Alright, that's a good song.
Yeah.
That's a good song, TNT.
But yeah, I mean, they're not exactly rock, but they're not exactly heavy metal. It's like somewhere in between for me. But for me, heavy metal is like, okay, shall I play a clip of a small song?
Sure.
So yeah, the song that I was talking about, I mean, the band that I was talking about, Crown the Empire, right? They have a song called Black Sheep, and I've been really obsessed with that song for a while now. So I'll just play a clip to you guys right
now. This is a really interesting song. I mean, this is like fits other people's stereotype about death metal.
I mean, yeah, it is a death metal song. I was gonna come on to that because, like, I was studying the other day, right? And then I was listening to heavy metal, which is like a little softer than death metal. And I found myself kind of getting distracted. So then I researched on the internet saying, oh, which is the best type of metal to listen to while studying? And the first thing I got was death metal. And the reason behind that, I found it interesting because it's like, it's so fast and so brutal that your mind somehow doesn't even pay attention to it, but it's just there. So it helps you focus on studying.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't even listen to music when I was studying because I just want to focus on one thing.
I mean, yeah, that does make sense, but like...
You are multifunctional. I know that. I know that.
Yeah. I mean, you do see me wear my headphones like 24/7, but yeah.
True. But I mean, you know, like music, like metal for me, or hard metal or hard rock is for me. It's like I'm being so disciplined. I was being so disciplined in my life, so I need like, you know, a thing to release all of my negative emotion.
Wow, I can exactly tell what you mean because, like, you know, society expects a lot from students, especially to be the best in academics, athletics, and everything, and to have the best discipline in the world of behavior.
Yeah, I was such a, I won't say it's like a submissive, but you know, like similar. And I hid all of my rebellious personality for a while, and then I listened to I listened to rock and all those kind of things. So it just you know, makes me feel comfortable, and then I'm looking for like treatment from music.
I agree. Yeah, heavy metal. Okay, like I've always wondered why I like heavy metal, and then when I think back, it's not like one day I just started listening to like really fast and really heavy songs, and I'm just like, wow, it sounds nice. But then my journey with heavy metal started as, you know, simple rock, because I started seeking for motivation through music, and a rock provided the exact thing that I was looking for. Then, slowly climbing the ladder, I moved on to hard rock, and then metal, like soft metal, and then core, metalcore, and then to finally death metal right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like a ending, but it's not. Definitely not. And
yeah, I see what you mean, because I mean, if I want me to trace it back, you know, my listening career, I think initially it's gonna be pop, and then it's Chinese pop, and then English pop, and then I rap, and then I think it's like jazz, and it's classic music, After classic music is rock.
Okay.
And then after rock is blue. Now,
Okay.
after blue is musical, and now I just listen to all kinds of music. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're more of a diverse person in terms of music taste than me because for me, before rock, obviously, I also did not just start with rock. I started with pop, and then R&B, and then something to more stable and like heavier, like motivation stuff. But like you, I feel like you're more diverse and you still explore everything.
Yep.
Yeah, but for me, it's like if I like something, I stick to it for some time, and then I get bored of it, and then I move on.
Yeah, I can see your point. I mean, like even though I listen to death metal and hard, like heavy metal, but still, I mean, I prefer hard rock like Aerosmith.
Yeah.
I was so obsessed. Okay, I am so obsessed with Aerosmith right now.
Yeah.
I mean, their songs are just amazing. But still, I mean, my favorite band is Oasis.
Yeah, exactly, undeniably. And how much are you excited or like looking forward to a reunion?
Oh my god! Please don't mention this topic. I know. You know what? In 2008, I was just 2 years old. But still, I was like, why you guys are just divorced with each other? I mean, why don't you just like keep doing the thing? You can earn money, right? You can make amazing music. I mean, but still, I mean, what's that? The Gallagher's brother?
Yeah.
Noel Gallagher. He had a divorce with his wife, which is sort of like the trigger of the divorce between brothers. So I think they probably get some chance to the reunion, and I'm definitely gonna go to the concert or something. I'm so excited.
Wow. Yeah, I can.
So excited.
Yeah.
The most famous song, and also is the reason why I love Oasis. Don't Look Back in Anger. I literally listened to that song for like 300 to 400 times.
I've heard that 300 times in this room. So yeah.
All right. And I mean, their songs are just so motivated. I mean, like whatever. Right. Don't Look Back in Anger. Wonderwall. Or that's like the best English band.
Yeah. See, I feel like Oasis is like a band which produces songs where like you feel your emotions and you're like you get comfortable with them.
Yeah.
But like heavy metal, it's like it makes you feel numb and focus on a bigger goal, a bigger purpose.
Okay. I know. Okay, so it's like in last few months, you wasn't like this. You were listening to some song is like not as heavy metal.
Yeah.
But it's like more energetic and
exactly. Yeah.
The lyrics are more motivated.
Yeah.
And now you're like moving to the next stage.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, I think that was like more heavy metal, but like now it's more death metal. So yeah, I mean, you can tell by the name itself, death metal. So yeah. I mean, I was also wondering why do I like heavy metal so much? Like, just why? Because, at least for me, what I think could be the answer is, after all that we go through in a week or like a day, and then for me at least, as of now, life is moving on really fast. So, I think a way to process all of the emotions in a safe space is heavy metal for me.
Yeah, I mean, we have to pretend that we are disciplined.
Yeah.
In the weekday or in the daylight.
Exactly.
So I mean, but I don't think we are quite disciplined.
Definitely
internally.
Not.
So we need something to release all the negative stuff, and music is one of them. And actually, apart from music, I don't think we can find other like proper way to do the releasing thing.
Yeah, see, like,
or we didn't find it yet.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about that, and then once I started listening to heavy metal, I bought my first electric guitar, and I used to jam to that like a crazy person. I didn't play any proper chords or like make any sense with the guitar. I just jammed to it, like almost as a way of catharsis.
Alright. Yeah. I'm planning to, to learn how to play the bass.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, bass is not like guitar that is so extroverted.
Yeah.
Bass is like something that is introverted, and I love the vibe and the importance of bass in a song, because there's like so many jokes they're saying that, oh, I can't hear the sound of bass. It's the bass player really playing something, or he or she's just in a band and doing nothing. So
wow.
bass undeniable is really important. It's just like adding some vibe into the song. So I love that. I just wanna, trying to play that. And I was traumatized by piano.
Exactly.
But still, I at least I learned how to play some musical instrument.
Yeah,
in piano, so I can learn it more easily. What is that? Anti-religion?
Yeah, so anti-religion, I just came across this word while searching about why people hate heavy metal sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And heavy metal is sometimes also associated with anti-religion, surprisingly. But why is that? I really feel like, yeah, I mean, see, yeah, heavy metal is something that, puts out its opinion in a very clear-cut and no facade kind of manner. But I don't think it's really anti-religion. What do you say about it?
I mean, rock to some extent is anti-religion. There's like a band called Ghost, from I think from one of the Scandinavia country or Switzerland.
Oh.
I'm not really sure. Ghost, but the Ghost, like, they have a pope in the band.
Okay.
And they have different generations, but they're basically the same. And they're singing some anti-religion song, even though they have the so-called pope. So I think they're just trying to be sarcastic. And I think one of the most famous songs of them is called "Mary on the Cross."
I just found that song. Yeah, right now.
Yeah. I was like, bro, you have a pope in your band, and you're singing some songs like "Mary on the Cross." Oh, well, that's really anti-religion.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean all of the rock music are anti-religion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's still like many songs like Aerosmith, like Iron Maiden, I guess.
Yeah, Iron Maiden.
Yeah, are they anti-religion? Not really.
Not really, but
yeah, but still, I mean, they're just some example, like the Ghost.
Yeah. I mean, another myth is obviously with that comes with anti-religion is being barbaric.
Oh yeah.
I really disagree with that. I could not disagree more with that.
Barbaric is a really exaggerated word for the music.
Yeah, exactly.
Barbaric? I don't think so.
Music is a safe space. It's not barbaric. And plus, I feel like statistically, because I was reading another research paper on heavy metal and like why people think of it this way. And it says because they think it's barbaric, but people who listen to heavy metal actually have a point of where they are able to release their emotions, and they're not able to they're not keeping it contained. So they have like a kind of a exhaust, unlike where people who listen to. I mean, it's not a stereotype or anything, but like people who listen to pop or something like that, it's more of a chill vibe, and you still cannot get the complete catharsis. At least that's what I'd say.
So I mean, barbaric, this word, even though I mean, as a discipline or as a civilized person, I don't like this word that much, but still, I mean, being barbaric is part of our human nature, I would say. Yeah. We're not born in this submissive way.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I mean, I do love rock music, but I don't see the point of anti-rock music. Probably I mean, most of the people that I know and who are anti-rock music are like my parents that in that generation, who's like sophisticated, and quite civilized, quite disciplined, socially disciplined. I think probably it's like they are getting used to all the social rules, and they're living this pattern for a few decades. And for us, we're just like teenagers, and we're we love rebels. We love all the kind of anti-tradition thing.
Yeah, and I also feel like at least the both of us, we cannot stick to something that's normal or neutral.
Yeah, I don't think we're the type of people who love, you know, the repetitive stuff, traditional stuff, and the stuff that most of people stick to.
Yeah.
We just want to be the unique. Not saying like we want to be the unique one, but I mean our taste is like different from the majority, and we don't want to be the majority who's just like following the trend.
Yeah, and you also talked about how people civilized people, like at least like the previous generation does not really like heavy metal, but I'd also like to point out a teacher that we know who really likes heavy metal, and he's obviously not from our generation, but yeah. And also, I just want to add that saying, when you listen to heavy metal, you're having a release of the human emotions that everybody's obviously gonna have, like the natural human instinct of being barbaric and being free.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I just wanted to change the word barbaric, like being free. When you have so many expectations as a person in the society, obviously you need a place where you're just yourself and you get to do whatever you want without being judged.
Yeah.
And I feel that is what heavy metalheads get from listening to these songs.
Yeah, I see your point. I mean, this is part of the reasons why I love music, not only heavy metal.
Yeah.
And also for me, I listen to different kinds of music. So for me, it's just like feeling really good that I put on my earphone and turn the volume to the maximum, to the max level, and I just go to the music world, the music world that the song built for me, and I just like immerse myself into the music, and I don't have to think about anything. I just listen to it, and I can like sort of like escaping from all the things that I was worried about in real life.
Yep. And also like, when you just talked about wearing your headphones at the highest volume, and that just reminded me of something like where you keep yelling to get my attention most of the time.
Oh yeah.
And no, it's not like just a normal conversation where you just call my name and I respond.
Yeah. I mean, like we're both wearing headphones almost 24/7.
Yeah.
And then I yell your name, you didn't respond. You yelled my name, I didn't respond. So basically, I don't even know how can we communicate in this room.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, it's totally understandable.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I feel like it's just that we talk to a lot of people, and obviously I'm kind of an extrovert and you're kind of an introvert, and but still we have to talk to people, and even as an extrovert, I feel it's kind of exhausting at times.
Yeah, I'm really tired to be the actor.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I'm not that extroverted, and every day, I pretend I'm not pretend. I mean, I can be extroverted, of course, but I don't want to be extroverted. Not extroverted.
Yeah.
Talk with people, because personally I'm introverted, so I have to like continue the conversation, maintaining the friendly vibe in a among people. It's really tired, and I'm just every day when I came back to my dorm, I just don't want to say anything. I just want to sit there
exactly
and listen to the music and chill, and then give myself some time to recharge and relax.
Agreed, yeah. And that's also why some people have this misconception that people who listen to heavy metal are kind of antisocial, but I feel that's not true. That's definitely not true. Because people who like talk to a lot of people, they obviously are going to feel exhausted after a point of time. Or some people don't, but personally I do. And
say
a way to recharge for me is heavy metal or music in general.
Yeah, for me, there are like different ways to recharge. The most efficient way will be solitude.
Yeah.
And then listen to music by myself without any disturbing stuff. It's also one of the most efficient way. So yeah. So sometimes we were like really exhausted and we don't want to talk to each other.
Yeah.
And somebody will be like, "Oh my god, you are you guys roommate? You guys are so like you didn't even talk with each other in a room." But the thing is, we know each other. We know like we're similar and we are really exhausted after a day, so we're just gonna leave some room for each other. That's like a really good thing that because you know me, I know you. We don't have to negotiate with each other.
Yeah.
And I'm really lucky that my roommates are like a extroverted social psychopath.
That's social psychopath. That's just funny. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like crazy, bro. I just can't imagine, you know, like talking about trivial things with people.
Yeah.
After a long socializing day.
Exactly.
Like, how are you? How's your sport? How's your game going? Just leave me alone. Please.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Leave me alone with my thoughts. But also on the point that you know me well, and I just want to introduce a fun trivial fact about me that sometimes when there's like cars going outside the window, I obviously really enjoy
you just
that.
rush to the window.
Exactly. I do that, but there's another part of me where I put on my headphones and I listen to the noise that V12s make.
Oh, you mean the white noise? Something
no,
like that?
V12 engines make.
Okay, that's a white noise for you.
That's white noise for me, basically. Just a trivial information that I wanted to share, but yeah. Coming back to the topic of music, I also feel like you see the posters that most bands have, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the one that heavy metal has is kind of like really deep and complicated, and sometimes people feel it's so how do you say intense.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What is your opinion on the posters of heavy metal?
Poster of heavy metal?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, I'm not really sure which one are you talking about, but I can get the vibe.
Yeah.
So, heavy metal, okay, for me, it's just like showing the so-called negative side of human being, because if they're just like directly pointing out that we are barbaric, we're something like that. So people tend to avoid mentioning those kind of stuff, but they're basically showing the true side of us. So when people are facing the part that they don't want to talk about, they'll be like, bruh, no, they're just barbaric, they're ridiculous. But obviously it's part of them, but I don't want to face them, so
I actually really see what you mean, because people obviously don't want to agree with the negative side of humanity, and when somebody brings it out to the public light, they do not want to agree with it. But I feel like once you make terms with this negative side, you're going to be more comfortable with yourself. That's what was my feeling.
I mean, that's part of me. I already accepted that.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that, that's me. So I won't say, no, that's not me. And trying to persuading myself that I'm a person full of kindness.
Exactly.
Full of, honesty. I'm not.
Yeah, so there was this one song called The Great Deceiver, and its poster is here. We'll attach it in the description so you guys can see it. But this poster is just really intriguing, and
yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, it gives me kind of a confusing vibe, but
it's really I don't know how to describe the vibe.
Yeah.
It's like some monster stuff that people are afraid of.
Yeah.
And then it's like it's controlling something.
Yeah, it's controlling all the humanity.
It's like this is. I mean, for most of the posters by the rock band, it's like being like that. I mean, it's especially the heavy metal and death metal, right? Yeah. But still, I mean, that's the characteristics of these metal bands.
Exactly. Yeah.
And also, like for other posters of other rock bands, people might think, oh, they're being so like exaggerated. They're being so anti-social, or anti-tradition. I can show you some poster about one of the Aerosmith album. Okay. Just wait a second.
Yeah, we'll attach all of this in the description so that you guys can see it.
Aerosmith album cover. I mean, probably you will feel a little bit uncomfortable with that, but still, I mean, this album is amazing. It's like this. It's like the. Oh. So the rock band, they're basically doing using some strange thing as their album cover that makes people feel like, oh my god, I mean that they're not my type. Yeah. But still, I mean the songs are amazing. And it's just an album cover. Even though Okay, for example, like the Aerosmith's album's cover. Okay, let me just point out what's the name of his cover of his album. I forgot. Whatever. You know, these kind of things. Even though I know you dislike that.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
The related stuff.
Yeah.
It's part of our life.
Yeah.
Even I can tell without that we're not here.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
so yeah.
I mean, things that make you uncomfortable is basically is a truth that is harsh and you cannot really come to terms with. And once you listen to songs like heavy metal that make you have to be comfortable with it,
yeah,
I feel like once you reach that point, there is no coming back, and you'd be more comfortable with yourself.
Yeah. By the way, just for information, the album is called Get a Grip by Aerosmith. The album.
Okay.
Oh my god, baby.
Okay. That's an interesting cover. It has a lot of
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I can accept different kinds of album cover.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in terms of this related stuff, I'm more open-minded than you.
Yeah. That I agree. Yeah. But yeah, and also to connect it to our next week episode, War and Weapon, probably you should also see the album cover of Dookie by Green Day, which is basically anti-war, and it's that's more a straightforward kind of an album cover, but still it's like an artistic work where it has more meaning than when you just first look at it. So
yeah. Oh my god. Oh, I can tell. I mean, Green Day has a lot of like anti-war, stuff.
Yeah.
Songs, and this is also the reason why I really appreciate that band because they're American.
Yeah.
Billy Joel, he's American.
Yep.
And this is like some political stuff, but still, I'm gonna say he doesn't like the way that how American government work.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I feel like we're doing a good job of transitioning to the next week to the episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but also we should talk about the album cover where you talked about it before, like the heart pumping, but which is a
American Idiot.
Yeah, American Idiot. Yes. Is that an album cover or is it just a song cover?
It's an album cover.
Yeah.
I had the CD of that, but it's in my home in China.
Wow. Oh yeah, Wake Me Up When September Ends. It also has the same album, the cover.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just really interesting that they designed the heart into a bomb.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're combining these two. Like kind of like opposite thing into one stuff.
Wow.
Because bomb can destroy a person's life.
Exactly. Yep. And also, we are kind of missing out on one band that everybody has a shirt of, Nirvana.
Oh, Nirvana. Even like the baby who's like,
yes,
Nevermind, that cover.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, Nevermind. I mean, that cover is like astonishing.
It's very much
astonishing. It's like a baby who's like chasing, after the dollar. I was like, Jesus, you guys are genius.
That too, it's in water. I feel there's a lot of things that can
add
to this significance here. Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of. I mean, just like my own interpretation. It has something to do with American stuff, like American Dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, we also have a lot of opinions about the American Dream.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of American literature, but I was reading The Catcher in the Rye and The Great Gatsby, so I have a lot to say about American Dream, and also like interviewing my teacher, who are basically Americans.
Yeah.
And I got some really interesting point, and probably we can have a episode for the American Dream, because I know you have your own interpretation of American Dream.
I do,
yeah. So,
and we should also get some opinion from actual Americans.
Yeah, exactly. I asked, the teacher that I love, and I asked my coach, I asked my French teacher, and they're giving me similar but different answers on American Dream. I think that's really interesting.
Wait, which French teacher are you talking about? Oh, got it, yeah.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, we're like generating a lot of new episode topics that I wish someday we could cover all of them.
Yeah.
And we won't forget them. I mean, I'm gonna, just adding it to our page so we can remember all of these kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think we should, yeah.
So yeah, that's about it for this week's episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and this is again all of our opinions, and we'd also like to hear about your opinions if you guys want to reach out. So
yeah,
that's it.
And theoretically, next week we're gonna talk about War and Weapon, and out of 50%, we're gonna change it. So if you're interested, we're really into this topic, don't forget to subscribe our podcast, and see you next week.
See you.